We're still growing, we're still consuming, we're still developing faster than we can find solutions. We haven't reached the peak yet. So this is the big challenge, and until 2030 we need to find solutions faster, also in agriculture, the way we produce food, the way we process it, the way we consume it. And so for science, that's a fantastic challenge, but also a fantastic opportunity to contribute, and therefore also hopefully achieve sustainable development goals for the whole world. The UK needs to define what it wants its agriculture to be like, to achieve its food security, nutrition, health and environmental goals of all of them. Probably the most important one in this country. People want green spaces. They want to have more locally produced food. They want to have it traceable. They want to have assurance that it's sustainably grown. And I think that's where we can lead in terms of finding solutions in science, the combination of applications of new technologies, but also changing human behaviors then. I completely understand that more and more people get scared by what might have happening. Machines that seem to become more intelligent, genome editing. So we need to engage early on to make sure that this has the support of the public, that we also really ask ourselves often the question, why? Why do we do this? Why do we need to do this? Why is it really good for you? So I'm hoping that in 2030, for example, we have a new generation of wheat varieties that already have a higher yield potential through maybe improved plant architecture, that are more efficient in terms of how they use nitrogen fertilizer, that are resistant to septoria as a disease, for example, and if possible also have a higher dietary soluble fiber content, or maybe also some micronutrients, so a healthier wheat. I'm also hoping that by then, for example, we have a new kind of crop, or several new kind of crops that actually have either industrial or nutritional value. So, for example, the camelina omega-3 or fish oil plants that we have been working on for 20 years should by then be grown already maybe on 500,000 acres or hectares anywhere in the world. And lastly, I think by 2030, I'm hoping that we've made good steps, particularly on the UK, also to rethink our farming model towards maybe farms that have become a bit more reintegrated in terms of crop and livestock farming, and therefore also have reconnected nutrient cycles in a more sustainable manner. So we have a sustainable end-to-end solution for grazing livestock production of beef and lamb. And that farmers have closed yield gaps that currently exist to the level that the majority of farmers on a consistent basis achieve at least 80% of the yield that is possible. So it's not just us bringing knowledge to China or Africa or Southeast Asia or India. It's increasingly also for us a fantastic way to learn and also innovate faster in a global context, because realistically speaking, nobody alone has enough resources to tackle some of these big challenges fast enough. We do live in a world where there's a lot of gloom and doom around, even fake news. You don't sometimes know what to believe anymore. So I belong to that category of people who generally are more optimistic, because I believe in science, I believe in reason and progress that can be achieved through that. So for me, it is very, very important that we focus on practical problem solving. If we just keep talking about them or moaning about them and worrying about them, we'll never get anywhere. We've always had this problem in this world that we have to do better. It's just that this time we need to be even faster. But I do think there's a solution to almost all of these problems. And I do believe that it is possible to feed 9 or 10 billion people on this earth in a sustainable manner.